to the Nuggcast E3 edition, day 2. I'm Georgia.
I'm Micah.
And I'm Ryan.
Today we have PC, which was,
boring.
I was asleep. Then we had Ubisoft and Sony.
Yes, we did. So, starting from the start,
What happened in PC?
The PC gaming show was so boring. They kind of have a problem every year with the PC gaming show where PC isn't a brand. They just kind of cobble together some things. They get somebody on stage. This time it was Day 9, who's a YouTuber, Twitch personality dude. And he just had developers on stage and was just asking them real softball questions like, "Oh, what have you been doing these past few days?" And it's like, "Oh, I've been working on the game."
What's your opinion on feminism? Who did you vote for?
no, just like it's shit. It's just like
kind of like, oh, how's your E3 been? It's like, oh yeah, there's games.
Yeah, like it's
I
just
love
nothing.
games. Now
It's
I'm
like,
on the stage.
I'm just showing that I understand what your game is, but I'm not asking anything of importance.
Yes.
So basically, they started off. They showed us the new expansion for XCOM 2, War of the Chosen. Not interested in XCOM, so don't really know.
I played.
It's more XCOM.
Was it Bureau Declassified, Undeclassified, Ned's Declassified? I don't remember.
Yeah, Ned's Declassified.
Okay, yeah. Ned's Declassified. It wasn't a solid game. I played an hour of it and got bored. But a lot of people really fucking love all the XCOMs. So I'll give it to them. They're probably pretty jazzed.
Real excited. Good. Yeah.
It's a cult game.
Everybody in that trailer, including the females, had an extremely gravelly voice. And I guess it's just the alien race that they are, but even the people, and so it's just so much gravelly in the voice.
It's a gravelly game.
And then there's a trailer for Ooblets, and I love Ooblets so much.
Ooblets is the best.
I don't think I know what Ooblets is.
Oh my god.
It's a little cute. It's been compared to basically like Harvest Moon crossed with
Like
Pokemon,
Stardew Valley
Animal Crossing,
kind of
Stardew
feel.
Valley, all of those things. Just
PC
sounds good.
game, 3D visuals, beautiful. It's beautiful.
Yeah, I'm watching the trailer after
I've
this.
been following the artist for a really long time. I'm seeing all the concept, some of the concept art that she's releasing, and I'm like, yes,
That's good concept
give
art.
me this.
It's kind of like if you think like Stardew Valley, there's the town and then there's your farming. But the things that you farm are these little cute little dudes. Like you farm things
called
and you pull them up and they're ooblets and they
they're
follow
like-
you like Pikmin.
Do you make them do things and are they slaves?
They're not slaves.
They're
but
not slaves, they're friends.
They're friends who
Like Pikmin.
occasionally want to fight other friends, I think.
Other friends?
I have no idea.
Well, you did say Pokemon, so there are other friends.
Yeah.
Like Pokemon.
Uh,
I'm not done with Ooblets.
oh, you're not done?
When it comes out, it is going to be my game of the year, and nobody will stop hearing about it from me.
Okay.
I'll make
I'll
sure
prepare.
everybody plays Ooblets.
I'll play it,
I really think you'll love it.
probably.
There's character customization, so
That's
I love
always,
it.
that's a selling point.
There's poo hair.
Farming, you can have poo hair.
Like Winnie the Pooh or Pooh the Pooh?
No poo.
Poo
like
the
a,
poo.
like a poo on your head.
Like
Pooh.
there's a swirl, your hair's made of poo. Like,
I haven't heard
the
the word
shape.
poo so many times in a row in a while. It's
Have you seen the new Ubisoft
usually-
logo? It looks like poo.
it's poo.
It looks
Is
like
it-
white poo.
I'm just saying it's
Dried up.
It's usually poop or shit. Like poo is
No,
like
it's just poo. It's straight up poo.
poo.
It's poo.
It's Pooblets.
Pooblets. Excellent.
We can't say poo anymore. We're pretty highbrow over here on the Nuggcast.
It's very highbrow. BattleTech. Not
No idea.
interested. Don't know. It's got mechs.
Is it Titanfall?
It wants to be, I think.
It's but it, like more strategy, I guess. It's hard to tell. Yeah. It's
Alright.
there's
Argo.
There's this
no,
bullshit.
no, that was all just
Oh, that was all just the one thing?
yeah. Mountain Blade 2, Bannerlord. Haven't played Mountain Blade.
Again, people are obsessed with the first one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
people
Like,
are
best
obsessed with
RPG.
the first one.
I haven't.
Total War, Warhammer 2. Once again,
Hard
a lot of this
pass.
stuff. Yeah, there's a lot of like just strategy games and stuff, and honestly, they're not the niche that I find myself falling into. So most of these games are of no interest to me, besides
Yeah.
obviously Ooblets
Yeah.
so far.
Well, it is like the PC game kind of thing, so I think that the PC games, like, you can't really do strategy games very well on console, so I think all the consoles are like, give me all the easy games
Yeah,
to
well, also
advertise.
the thing is, like, usually games that are coming out on the PC, like AAA games, they don't bother with the PC.
Exactly.
Conference could be on the Sony one, so why not?
Yeah, exactly.
Shadowverse, Wonderland Dreams.
I like those 3 words. Don't know what that is.
Yeah, it's
anime?
Yeah, I watched it and I still don't remember it. So
Is that an anime I see?
it looks like an anime.
Nuggcast is becoming a weeb.
No.
It's
Some of those
weeb.
weeb. Tunic. I love this game.
Like the garment?
Like the
Like the
Like
garment.
garnet?
So basically,
Cute little
it used to
fox.
be.
It's really low poly.
Okay.
It used to be called something else.
Shelter?
No, but they
Okay.
had to change it. It's a Zelda-inspired isometric, think like Monument Valley Bastion kind of camera.
Really low poly, chunky 3D, but it feels nice still. I only have one major qualm, is the bushes look like spikes, like a spike trap, and then the little fox in the trailer walked through them, and I was like, oh, that's bush, okay.
Alright.
And I just feel like that could be handled better, but you know.
Yeah, a massive, Link to the Past vibes.
Yeah, very much.
Very nice
Very
looking.
cute, very
Yeah,
cute.
one thing with isometric games is I always look at them, I'm like, hey, that looks cool. I like isometric games, but I can't, off the top of my head, think of an isometric game that I've liked for some reason.
This one, I think, from what I can remember, had a nice soundtrack, so maybe this is the one.
Yeah, like when I think of isometric, I'm like, ooh, I would like I saw this fan art of BioShock a couple years ago that was like isometric BioShock, and I was like, that looks cool as shit. And I really like the idea of it, but even playing Bastion was like, oh, I'm bored.
Yeah,
I don't know.
fair enough. PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, there's an update for it. It adds climbing and bolting and weather and stuff, and I'm not. Killing Floor 2, Summer Sideshow. It's an update for Killing Floor. It's got a bunch of, carnival zombies and stuff.
Ooh, carnival zombies, I've never heard of it.
Oh, Left 4 Dead.
Lots of sarcasm.
It looks very interesting. They've done some
cool
things with it, but I wanted to not play Killing Floor, so it's
I have.
yeah. Fair enough.
It's fine. It's not
Is it just
wrong
Left 4
with
Dead?
it. No, it's just boring. It's just the worst
That's a
of
lot
every
of zombie
aspect of the
games.
zombie games. In my opinion.
Luckily, there was no zombie games at E3 this year.
Oh, none.
None whatsoever.
Shocking to me how there are still zombie games being vomited out. What?
Wylands. I thought this game looked really cool. So this is the game I was talking to you guys about earlier. So it's you shipwreck on an island. It's massive Minecraft vibes, but everything's more polygons than it is squares.
Okay.
It's if anybody played the what's the stupid game I spent a bunch of money on? EverQuest
A
Landmark.
square is a polygon. Just so you know.
Oh, well.
Okay.
But it's
But there are more polygons.
it's
different
smoother.
polygons.
It's smoother, but it's still low poly. So it's but it kind of
It's
it
higher
has a
poly
nice.
than Minecraft.
Well, yeah, which isn't difficult. But it just looks quite smooth, and it looks nice, and there's a bunch of different places. You start off shipwrecked on an island, but then there's a city that has all Victorian era cars and stuff, and there's
So you think the EverQuest next Landmark, but done correctly, or?
Maybe it's hard to tell from the trailer, but it looked I looked at it and I was like, this looks cool, and it's difficult for me to explain what exactly happened in it, but it looked cool, and the buildings that you made, the building system seems quite nice and fleshed out.
I like
really
building
cool.
things.
Yeah. The Last Night, we've already seen that, but they had some pre-alpha footage of gameplay.
Oh, cool.
Now that the gameplay is out, now that I kind of know a bit more about the game, kind of gone off it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not what I thought it would be.
What is it? Was it? Because we were like, what genre could this be? What is it looking like?
Just like a click through sort
Point
of thing.
and click. Okay.
It's point and clicks.
It's
Point
fine,
and
but
clicks
it's not
can
what I
be
wanted
alright.
from it.
Yeah, fair enough.
I thought it was going to be more platformy.
Oh, okay. I was thinking it's going to be pretty story.
Yeah.
Also, the story I'm not that into either.
Oh, did they reveal what the story is?
A little bit.
Yeah. Grifflands. It looks. It has a super comic booky art style, but we didn't actually see much. Oh, we did see gameplay, but it didn't hint at how the gameplay works.
Okay.
It has this cool it's like an RPG basically. You go into RPG battles. It's got an overhead world and stuff, but has like this really cool style to it. It's I don't know if you can see this picture, but that's not going to work very well for podcast. But it like the whole game is like in that style, and it's very.
Oh,
it looks
I
very
like
cool.
that style.
Yeah.
Look it up.
Yeah, look up Griftlands, was it?
Griftlands.
It looks pretty cool.
Is it a 2D, 3D, or is it pure 2D?
Pure 2D, I think. Yeah. Lone Echo. They're trying to push this as like an esport. It's like it's a VR esport. They're advertising that it's going to be the biggest VR esport.
Can you imagine going to imagine how much it would cost to do a VR tournament?
Oh my god!
Also, how gross it would be.
Yeah.
Sweat.
It's like you're in like a space station and there's like a disc that you got to get like to the other end to a goal or something, I guess. And basically you drift around in zero gravity. There's a bunch of obstacles and you like grab them and pull yourself in VR. So they've found a way to get like the movement working kind of in a way that doesn't feel really gross.
Okay.
And it's like real basic. Like you grab the disc, you chuck it over there so that your teammate can get it, and they chuck it kind of thing. And you know, because it's difficult to move if you got one hand on the puck.
It sounds like a much better party game than anything else than an esport.
Than an esport, yeah, I know.
Especially with like how finicky VR can be as well. Like,
It's just nothing to write home.
Lawbreakers. We've seen it multiple times before. It looks great. I don't know why. It feels like people aren't interested in it. So
it's because
basically,
Overwatch.
Yeah. So think Overwatch, but it's very.
The gravity. Yep.
Yeah, it's got like the gravity. You swing around and stuff. It looks.
I really like that.
It looks cool, but we've seen it all before a million times.
It's a shame it didn't come out just last year, January last year. Just snipped Overwatch.
Isn't it free to play? Or am I mixing it up with something else?
No, I think it's free to play, but I'm not 100% sure.
Okay. Yeah.
Also, it's free to play can put off a lot of people.
Yeah, I am 100% going to play it if it's free to play, and probably going to play it if it's not.
No.
It just looks really cool to me.
Wargroove. I'm actually having trouble remembering what Wargroove was, so it wasn't actually that memorable.
Is it a rhythm game?
No, it's not.
Is it like a...
It's like a fighty battle game.
Fire Emblem Guitar Hero?
That's what it sounds. That sounds about right, yeah. There was more Middle-earth Shadow of Mordor.
Yeah.
We already saw that.
Cool job, that.
And then the last thing was Age of Empires Definitive Edition, which I actually fell asleep before I got to this. So this presentation was really boring. Really boring. Again, so that was everything for the PC gaming show.
Lots of strategy games could render it pretty boring.
Oh yeah.
I'm more excited about Ooblets though.
Ooblets. Heck yeah.
Do we have a release date on Ooblets?
We do, but I didn't write it down.
Oh heck.
Offensive.
Probably September. I've seen a lot of Septembers from
September,
E3.
There is a lot of Septembers coming around, which is cool.
It's nice.
It's cool because it's your birthday.
September is soon.
Next on the docket.
On the cot.
Then we have
Ubisoft.
Ooh, French bitches.
They're those Ubies, and they are soft.
They're Ubies, they're Ubies. Yeah.
Well, depends on how French you are. He's more French than us.
I'm not French.
I'm not French either.
You're
closer to France.
I'm closer. Like, geographically, I was born closer to France.
So. And I was born one of the furthest you can get.
Ooh.
Here.
Yeah.
Right in this room.
Wow.
Same?
I really hope they clean the table.
This is really a special occasion for you, isn't it? Coming back here.
100%.
So Ubisoft, they started off, did not waste any time whatsoever, announcing Kingdom Battle, which is Rabbids X Mario.
I wanted to shit on the game, but the guy was so happy about it, and he like made a point.
I just came in and he's like, "Look at my gun!
Yeah.
I brought you a gun."
He made a point of it being like a passion project for them.
Yeah,
which I was like, you could really tell. Which in like the way he was talking about it, he was like, I just fucking love this game.
I honestly think I'm gonna get this game.
It looks good. Yeah, because you're thinking of getting a Switch anyway, so might as well. Sure.
My favorite part of the presentation was when they got up on stage and Miyamoto was explaining how he wanted he wanted somebody to innovate. He didn't want the same old jumping Mario, and then he gave it to Ubisoft, who makes the same thing every single time.
Yeah.
But obviously they've done something pretty decent with it. But Ubisoft isn't the first person I think of when I think innovation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think the real story is that Ubisoft came to them and were like, please, and they're like, okay.
Yeah, I guess.
That's how I feel. It went not.
And from a customer point of view, the game benefits in no way from having rabbits in it. If it was just a Mario game, it would be just as good.
They are ugly. It benefits from being able to just repeat characters. Like, you can play as Luigi, and also Rabid Luigi, who goes, "Mah!"
Okay, but
and then
I
you
will,
can...
literally fight to death to not be Rabbid Peach, because I will always be Peach, and I
Rabbid Peach
Like,
is
you
one of the
command the
worst
whole
things I've
squad,
seen.
Georgia.
I don't care. I don't want Rabbid Peach near me.
You can just take her off your squad. Well,
will.
She'll be on it, at first, but
No.
Well, I would like if it was XCOM and there's, permadeath and you get really attached to the characters and then they die. And
that would be great.
Yeah.
That's
and so
what they
just
need.
I would
purposely
just kill-
put Rabbid Peach in the line of fire and just...
Do you think this game would have benefited from it being another Mario and Sonic game instead of the Rabbids? It's just a bunch of Sonic characters.
Honestly, probably not.
No?
Yeah,
Well,
I don't know.
I just think Nintendo should have done this themselves a little bit, low-key. Nintendo could have done it themselves. Toad to that. We got enough Nintendo characters.
Mario also has, even for the repeat characters, they've done it in the past, Partners in Time. Baby Mario, Baby Luigi, Baby Peach could be the clone characters that you're also using for this. And it also kind of works because the Rabbids fling, Mario in the air and stuff. You could just fling the little babies in the air.
Ooh, that's a bad thing to do.
Yeah.
But that does make me wonder why they got Rabbids at all.
Because
Ubisoft came to them and begged.
But why? Why would they? Why?
Kindness.
I guess.
Kindness.
I don't know. Miyamoto was like, "Yo, I wanted the funniness of the rabbits," and then you see the rabbits go. It's like, shush.
And I'm like,
that's not funny.
Shut your
Quiet.
Their mouth
Exactly.
is the biggest problem I have. Their mouth and their eyes are just
The rabbits, if
what
you
they look like.
they just look like Homer, but rabbits.
And because I love rabbits, I love bunnies, and this is ruining them, ruining the brand.
I don't like the little teeth.
No,
It works sometimes, but not with them.
I'm just kind of disappointed by the state of the games industry that this game actually looks good.
Yeah.
Everything that I said leading up to this.
The gameplay is solid.
Yeah, everything that I said leading up to this point is my biggest fear is that this game will be good, because then
Then what are we gonna do?
what are we gonna do? And now I've seen it and it looks pretty good, and that's you follow a Roomba around. I thought that was pretty funny.
I don't know what the Roomba's in there for.
No,
Neither. And I think it's just so they follow something.
But
It's like the head of the
straight up a
party
Roomba.
rather than
You just said Mario, the head of the party, or the head of the party, the head of the party.
Yeah. No idea.
They could have let us customize
Oh,
disgusting rabbit.
You know what? It probably Nintendo's always trying to force. Oh fucking! What was her name from Nintendo Land on the Wii U? She was Matilda or something.
Hey.
I don't know. They're always trying to force little cute robot characters. Yeah.
Also, Nintendo, if you're listening to this, I know you've already made the game, but please have a Waluigi rabbit. Please.
Ew.
I beg of you.
Take all the rabbits out of the game. Replace them with Sonic
And
characters.
a boo rabbit.
But looks a lot
already a
more
DK
like
rabbit.
Boo.
Yeah.
The DK rabbit I didn't mind.
Well,
He
did
wasn't
scram.
funny.
He did scram.
But he's scram.
Yeah.
Rabbits aren't funny. They're just disappointing. But at least we know they're there now, so whatever.
Yeah, even when I was a kid, I was just kind of they're gross. They just look gross. They're the bad
Enough
guy.
rabbit discourse.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
they were brought into the Rayman games,
Tune in tomorrow.
and they were the bad guys. I
Dissing
think.
of the rabbits. Yeah. My first association with rabbits was negative.
Yeah.
And then they were
Anyway.
like, "Ooh, let's make a bunch of shovelware with these boys." Sorry, go on.
So, the next thing, Assassin's Creed Origins.
Looks.
Yeah, a closer look. Upon closer inspection, I won't be playing the game.
It was, it's all just stuff we'd seen before, except for one part where they showed you gameplay of some guy playing, and they were just the camera was over his shoulder.
just
There was no
filming a
game
screen.
And
capture.
there was so much glare.
Yeah,
everything
it
was
looked like they're
grey.
filming it just out in the parking lot.
Yeah.
It's like why is there so much light and glare on the screen?
like,
They
Why?
may have
Just
been
cut
filming
that
it in the
bit.
parking lot.
Just cut
Yeah.
it. Just cut that bit out. If you couldn't get your capture working, just cut it.
Yeah, it's.
I mean, it was live. They can't really help it.
No, like just end the just skip over it. Be like, anyway, now to this trailer.
Do you
I
think
think-
that's
I
the
think
problem?
that's-
The game capture just screwed up, so they're like, "Oh, we're gonna do something."
I think that's what they did because, like, the little segment where they cut to it and like the game capture wasn't like doing anything. I think it like broke. So, like, that's why the segment was weirdly short. It was just like, oh, hey, we're going to play. And then the guy walks a little bit and then stands and is like, all right, now back to you. And it's like, huh? You didn't gameplay.
It just like flew. It's like we're gonna show you some gameplay, and then he rode.
They were plugging their like after show.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
so he rode a horse. Then he
He
walked
got
a
off the
little
horse,
bit,
yeah.
and then he used the bird to check out the camp, and that was it. It ended
Is
there.
it a horse or a camel? Because I've seen a lot of camels.
There's a horse that your player has, disappointingly. I don't know if you can get camels, because I've seen camels in the game.
I've seen the main
I'm
character
interested
on a camel.
in camels, but also there's camels in Morrowind now, so in the Elder Scrolls Online.
That's fine.
So I can
Camels
get
are
a camel
making a
there.
comeback.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pro
They're-
camel.
It's a
I'm-
camelback.
They're
I'm pro
coming
camel.
back. I'm pro camel too.
Hey, the crew too. And it
Looks
looks.
better.
As I said, Ubisoft does sports games.
It looks better, but it's also a racing game, so
I don't care about racing games.
It's like it looks like they're kind of doing the thing that they did with Steep, where it's like super like social media, like you can share all of your
Racing
cool
games.
moments with these cars and
Yeah,
stuff.
it's just like, I don't care.
And the
It's
guy who
I'm
did
in
the
a vehicle.
presentation, his voice was just. It was like watching a nature documentary. Like,
Was
the
it?
guy's voice was just so... I was like, oh man, it makes me want to
Yeah.
sleep. It's quite contrasting
I've
to
actually
the
bought down
gameplay we
most
just
of
watched.
The crew too.
Yeah, when it came to
Section.
watching the Ubisoft panel, I was just like, because I watched the Sony one beforehand, so I just skipped all of the talking between the trailers. So I was just kind of like, I'm here for trailers, baby.
South Park. We've seen it the past 2 E3s,
Yeah.
I think.
I don't know, man.
And we've seen like pretty much the exact thing.
I'm kind of sick of South Park right now.
Yeah.
The show has like 20 seasons, and the show's like still good as far
I
as
think
I've
it's getting
heard.
close to 30.
Yeah, it's like I don't know. The type of humor is getting old because it's like the humor is just adults being immature and young as kids, and also shock value.
Yeah.
It's been a lot more shock value than like good satire, political commentary, which it used to be.
Yeah,
and I think they're
it's-
doing a lot of it's like coming out in the games. South Park's just
Yeah, and they have that app as well now.
that was
Yeah,
also
that's-
announced.
Yeah, that's something that's in a little bit's time. But it's like they've finally announced a release date for it. I liked the Stick of Truth. I quite like
Yeah.
that. That was like a fun time.
I think it's going to be a good game. I just think that the South Park brand of humor is kind of running out.
Yeah, fair enough.
I think that just comes with age.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Like, there's no show that can go on that long and still be solid.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, that was South Park.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Transference.
I don't remember that.
Elijah Wood's VR
Oh,
experience.
I do remember that. That looks good. I think that was the only VR thing in all of E3 that I was 100%
Yeah, because I
on board
trust
with.
Elijah Wood with my
I do
wife.
too. He's
Yeah.
lovely, and it also looks scary in the exact way that I want things to be scary.
Yeah.
Which is
Artsy
just fucks
scary.
with me.
It's artsy scary.
Yeah.
Artsy scary.
Yeah.
Such a
Like
jam.
that's and it's being created, and it's from its creation. It has been a VR experience. So I think that it's gonna work
Yeah.
well
It
instead of
isn't-
like games that they're like, hey, we'll just slap this VR thing at Bethesda.
I was about to.
Also, I don't think during the trailer they actually said the name. I had to go back on Twitter to find what the name was.
It came up.
Right at the end.
When they were going through the TV sort of thing, it came up. He said the word, the overhead said transference, and it flickered, and it was not that long.
Oh, okay. I
remember
thought that it
looking
was
at it for a
literally
while.
just saying that
maybe-
it was
maybe it was.
transferring things.
Maybe I just looked
like,
wrong.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
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 Oh, it looks good.
Yeah.
Skull and Bones.
That looks
Pirate
good.
game.
Ah.
So what they've done is they've taken the Assassin's Creed, what's it called,
Black Flag.
Black Flag.
That was a little bit
battle,
in-
the boat battling system, and they made it its own game. Which the objective is to get to the treasure before your enemy, and also there's krakens.
Maybe. It was just kind of like, the guy was like, hey, here's some trailer stuff. It looks really cool, right? The combat's all like fleshed out, and if you ruin enough of one of your enemy's ships, then you can board it and like loot all their shit, and like the primary focus is treasure, which is good pirate.
Yeah.
And then it was like, hey, this is awesome. Also, one thing, this world, something about reactions, then walked off, and then it was like, ooh, a big kraken. And I was like, oh, I'm scared, and then it ended.
Yeah.
So it could be DLC, could be just a scripted event, like I think you said before, but...
Yeah.
It's
as soon as I saw it, I was like, that's a scripted event.
Looks cool, though.
the thing that'll make or break this game for me is whether it's like you load into a game lobby, or if it's just kind of a persistent world where you're kind of like just going out in your boat and you come across people. That would be cool. If you load into a lobby, I think that's boring. Like
I don't
that
see
sounds
a way
most
for
likely.
it to be.
Yeah.
But the open world seems so cool.
Yeah, how's it going to be open world though?
You would need a lot of players.
Yeah.
It would need to be such a popular game that everyone's just always playing it. Like, because it could kind of work as sort of, not really an MMO thing, but just kind of like a, you know, what was it when they made Elder Scrolls Online, the mega server or something?
Yeah, that's what I was
Something
thinking, like a mega server. Like just a persistent world that is a mega server kind of thing.
But also, if it was that, then I think that
I can't see that going well.
Well, once the game dies out, then there's just going to be one person being like, I get all the treasure.
Yeah,
but what do you do with the treasure? There was no clear goal.
I think you just upgrade your ship. That's usually how those games go.
but then again, if it's the other way and you load into a dedicated server, you just go in a server with no one in it and just be like, I get all the gold. So it's kind of like either way, but
maybe there'll be like a matching thing.
It seems like a kind of matchmaking sort of jam.
I'm not too excited about it. I'm not gonna play it. I'm gonna go pick it up.
I 100% would play it. I don't think I'm gonna buy it. Like I would probably go out of my way to grab $60 and then play it for an hour and then Steam refund it.
Just Dance. They
K-pop,
danced
there's
on
K-pop.
stage.
The second people got on stage, I skipped ahead 10 minutes.
That's because they're putting K-pop in.
That's good, but I don't want to watch people dance at E3. That's really uncomfortable.
They
dance
for a good,
every year.
They danced
I
for
know.
like 30 seconds. It was only like a 30-second thing, then they moved on.
I moved on
I'm excited
much
for
sooner
it.
than 30 seconds.
It is honestly, aside from the Rabbids game, it is the only other thing that I got excited about. I forgot about the transference, but other than that, I was like, whatever, Ubisoft.
I mean, like, you can dance to music in real life. I don't get why...
But these have the moves, and then I'm a very competitive person, so I like to fight. Also, it tells you like how many calories you burned and stuff.
Oh, okay.
So there's that.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Like, with the Just Dance games, and, like, I loved SingStar as a kid. I played it not very long ago. And, like, I was playing with two other friends, and this is a two-player game. Every single round, I was like, you guys play, because I just did not want to put my face up to a microphone and be like... and have it just tell me that I was bad at singing, although I fucking rocked it. Because I know I did.
Yeah.
I just like Just Dance. It's my sort of thing.
It's like a fun little party game.
Yeah.
I've never really been into it, though.
The dancing was not as good as last year.
No,
Last year was
found,
much better.
Oh, the starting people especially were really just bad dancers. I was like, why are you here? But yeah. I'm excited that they bring K-pop, because before that there was like K-pop dancing games, but you couldn't get them in Australia. So.
Yeah, well, like, especially because, like, the main thing that makes K-pop so fascinating to me is the insane choreography. So it's like, if you get the white people to do that, then...
Oh, it's for some good
so
times.
much appropriation. It's great.
South Park Phone Destroyer.
Yeah.
It looks like a collectible card thing, like you collect the South Park characters and then put them into a thing and battle them.
That's a popular category right now with some family... I've seen
Yeah.
too many ads, like the animation throwdown game that just looks... I don't like using this word much, but it looks cringy as shit.
Yeah, it does.
I think when South Park first was like the Stick of Truth, it was just kind of like, it was quite clear that they were like, ooh, you can make money from games? I'm gonna make a game now. And it was like, yeah, it was a good game. That's nice. But like when they made another game and then also a mobile game, it's like they really want money.
Yeah. Well, the thing about Stick of Truth was it's like the combat is like very reminiscent of Paper Mario, and I actually really love that.
Yeah.
it was not balanced at all. There was, like, every single thing was, like, so overpowered. There was no difficulty whatsoever.
Yeah.
But, I still did enjoy the combat for it, and that's probably the main thing that I liked about Stick of Truth. That it seems like they're making it more complex in the new one, and then Phone Destroyer I don't care about in the slightest.
I can't think of anyone that I know that would.
Yeah.
And also respects themselves, so...
I think that they're just like, Hearthstone is popular, let's try.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what, a lot of them are like.
South Park.
Then we have Starlink, which is otherwise known as No Man's Skylanders.
It looked so... Holy shit, did you come up with that?
I did.
Who came up with that,
You
Ryan?
did not.
Ryan, who came up with that?
Look, I had a little bit of help.
I was really interested until it took a Skylanders turn, and then I was like, I don't want...
I was even okay with it because I'm like, oh, that's cool with the customization. Like, I can build it like a Lego, and then it will know that. But
I'm fine with those two things being separate.
It has to be on your controller while you play. That is ridiculous.
The thing sits on the controller.
Like
disgusting.
Disgusting.
I'm disgusted.
It's on more things than just the Switch.
Like, it's a
peripheral.
peripheral.
It's on Xbox, PlayStation, and Switch. It's on everything, and they all have special little slot things to put on so that you can. For the Switch, it has it just so the dog ears go into it, but on the other two, it slaps you on the controller, and I am just not there for that. I'm just not. The end.
Then we had Steep, new expansion.
Another sports
Olympics
game that Ubisoft made.
Olympics.
Steep went pretty well.
Yeah, it's not. I understand that people like it. It's not my kind of game.
Definitely not me either. But
it
sold well. I expected a sequel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure that they should have put one so soon, but that's fine.
Well, it's an expansion for Steep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like an Olympics kind of thing expansion.
It's also gotten to the point where a lot of like money-making AAA franchises you kind of have to expect at a yearly basis, which is a shame.
It is a shame.
And I smile while saying that because I'm hiding my true feelings about the gaming industry.
Far Cry 5.
Hey,
there's a doggo. His name is Boomer.
His name is Boomer. He's
Fangs for hire.
Fangs. I was gonna say teeth for hire.
No,
I forgot. Fangs for hire. I love that.
I love him.
I really. It looked like.
I like it.
The combat looks very similar to the other Far Cry games because I think that they pretty much nailed it. I was always a stealth boy in the other Far Cry games. Do you guys play it?
A little bit.
I played 3.
3's my favorite. Most people's favorite, really. But it looks like, because like Far Cry 4, people were like, and then Far Cry Primal, everyone was like, go away. Yeah. And then this one, it just, I don't know, something about the cult aspect is so cool to me.
I do.
Really
I like me some cults.
Yeah, especially knowing how the Far Cry games go, like, you're going to come face to face and people are going to probably try and brainwash you. Yeah. It's going to be cool and you'll stab them. I can guarantee you will stab them in at least a cutscene.
Well, that's just the way it goes. Stabby stab.
Yeah. Looks so good though. Like just like in the little bit of the gameplay trailer that they showed, like right at the beginning, there was just a dude with a cross stuck into his chest, and it's just kind of like that's the type of cult shit that's like I love when shit walks the fence between shock value and actually trying to freak you out, like in terms of not trying too hard.
Yeah.
And that seems to be on the right side of the fence to me.
Yeah.
I agree.
Beyond Good and Evil 2.
Fuck yeah.
Oh!
Fuck yeah.
It's a great world. It's a great world.
Not even really sure what the gameplay or the genre is. Looks good though.
Like it's, I assume it's. I didn't play Beyond Good and Evil, but everybody loves it. I assume it will be a sequel in how it plays. But it's the world is like just completely brand new. People didn't even know it was Beyond Good and Evil before they heard the music. They're like, this sounds like Beyond Good and Evil music.
It's a prequel.
It is a prequel.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like the guy was like, it's before Jade is born, and I'm 100% sure that the girl that wears a lot of green from the first game, his name is Jade.
Excellent.
But yeah, like I've seen a handful from the first Beyond Good and Evil, and I've always been like, hey, that's kind of cool, but I've never played it, and I still haven't. I'm probably going to play it. Like it's on Steam.
I might check it out.
It's $6 on Steam. I checked.
Oh yeah.
It's like it comes so highly recommended to me at this point that it's like it feels like I should play it.
Me too.
Like
yeah, 100%. But just like the trailer was done, like, and the monkey character seemed like a good comedic relief sort of character.
Yeah,
like he was bordering, but it was
District 9 crossed with
Guardians of the Galaxy.
A little bit, but
I got a little Star-Lord vibe from him.
I guess isn't a single director that did District 9, and I know who did District 9.
Elysium?
But, yeah, no, not Elysium, but that kind of has that vibe too. But I just for some reason mean Attack the Block.
Attack the Block's really good.
Just the cheekiness of the character
Yeah,
made me
I
think that.
love me some cheeky boys.
Yeah.
My notes that I had for this were holy shit looks awesome, holy diversity Batman, and am I a furry now? So yeah, that's
Yeah, because it's like it's set in a world where I think it's like
Set in a world where the furries have succeeded.
yeah, well the furries were made as slaves. Like they genetically modified people with animals to be slaves, and then I think a lot of them are like uprising and stuff. But like I just love the pure amount of different cultures mixing. It was like I really like that. I think the world looks so
great.
good. And then at the end, it was
great,
also a
and
little
it's-
treasure planet.
oh yeah, it was.
It's good. Just boom, bye.
Exactly. So good.
I
Looks
want to
so
see
good.
more from that. It looks really cool.
It was like one of the only trailers that I'm like, oh, watch that trailer again.
Yeah.
That was it for Ubisoft. That was their big ending.
Yeah, which was for
It
a
was-
lot of people that was like going out with a bang.
Yeah,
like, that
yeah.
was.
It
I'm
was
not
just
trying to downplay
Oh, yeah,
that.
no.
yeah, it was just kind of like the guy who did Beyond Good and Evil. Well, the guy who was representing it was like, "Oh yeah, come on board, French dude." And then he came on, and then everyone in Ubisoft was like, "I'm coming on the stage," and it was like, "Okay, hi, hello."
So Sony,
Sony.
it started with a ad for their TV app thing that they have.
That was before
Okay.
the conference.
I definitely skipped a lot of Sony then.
No, it was that was pre-roll.
Okay.
Yeah. And then we got Uncharted but lesbians.
Okay,
Yeah,
I
Uncharted
missed that
the
too.
lesbians, so it's Uncharted 5.
We don't know they're actually lesbians. It's just two girls. You get a Thelma and Louise vibe from them.
I have
but
deemed
it's-
them
yeah.
lesbian.
Yeah.
And
They've been
very
deemed
not Thelma and
lesbians.
Louise, very much
Are they not? Okay.
No, they are not happy friends.
At the start they were, and
No.
then they weren't, and
They
then
were
they
strangers
seemed
at the
okay.
start.
Were they?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's yeah.
I wasn't even watching it. I
I'm
was playing a
already
game.
involved in their lesbian relationship, as
Okay.
you can tell. My family really likes Uncharted. I've been kind of the one who's like, yeah, it's fine. But this is the one. This is the one that I'm like, yes, for the lesbians, I'll play it.
Yeah, I've played some of the Uncharted's and they aren't fun, but I'm not going to say that too loud because too many people are
Yeah, a
obsessed
lot of
with
people
them.
are like
They
real
are.
diehard
It's-
about it.
Yeah.
It's because it's a Naughty Dog game, but like
Yeah.
fuck.
It's the kind of thing where either you love it or you're indifferent. Usually,
Yeah.
it's kind of just
It's
it's
like
a game.
if you
like,
look at
it's-
the gameplay is maybe a 6 out of 10, which
Yeah.
when it comes to my rating scores, that's above average.
above, yeah, exactly. Five's an
um,
average. It's above average.
The story in number 4 could not be more boring. Holy shit, people fucking love it. I said I wasn't gonna say much.
It's okay.
It's boring.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully it changes because it looks pretty. It kind of gave me, in a good way, the mummy vibes, like the good mummies.
Okay.
Just sort of fresh, like nice. Hopefully it's good changes. No more Nathan. Goodbye. He's not in it.
Nathan was one of the boring ones.
Yeah.
Definitely. It may just be the way I've conditioned, but when I'm so fucking used to Troy Baker's in games. Like, he's not voiced by Troy Baker, but like, it's got to the point where like there are too many just like middle-aged white brunette dudes in games where it's like, I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's sad that I am so excited just because there's two like lead female protagonists, but I'm like, this is different now. This is different.
Like, lead female protagonists aren't oversaturated yet. You know,
Exactly.
Yeah.
there aren't 1,000,001 fucking Nathan Drakes all around the
Speaking
place.
of lead female protagonists, though,
Horizon Zero Dawn,
Oh,
Frozen Wilds.
That's a
an
DLC.
expansion DLC sort of mean.
Yeah.
It
Fuck,
looks.
man.
It's no.
Does it have 2 colons in the name? Jesus.
I guess
Fuck
so.
it.
Must do, yeah.
God. I'm so sick of that shit.
I think the logo doesn't have 2 colons, but
But
if
it's
you're gonna
like-
write it out,
It's
then
pronounced
it'll
with
probably
the colons.
have yeah.
Stupid. Like, there was no Horizon
That
game.
is stupid.
I'm
I
sick of
never
it.
even thought about that.
Yeah. It's
But it looks good.
Yes, no,
Yeah.
I liked the look of... It was overshadowed completely by Breath of the Wild. But
Yeah.
I really liked the look of the original game. I would have gotten it 100% if I had a PS4.
well, yeah, exactly.
DLC is good news.
I'm excited for the DLC.
Days Gone, the dirty boys, the
okay.
motorbike boy.
The zombie.
Yeah. So I have some
Zombie.
thoughts about this because I know you two are kind of like super dumb with zombies, but I was like the zombie fan in its heyday. Like
I was too.
be reading Walking Dead, be reading all those zombie guides for the real life, you know, like if it's a zombie apocalypse, you should do that. I'm like, how do you know? First of all, but also zombie fan, and I like this. I think I like it a lot.
It, like, I don't know, I think I can come around to zombie games again once I stop thinking about the fact that they're zombies and just consider them as hordes.
Yeah.
Because zombies just became like an excuse to kill humans without, in mass amounts without being dynasty warriors, and I was just like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, it kind of did open up a lot of, like, different things with that. Opening up that whole, like, moral sort of thing, which I honestly think would be more interesting in a game at developers. David Lynch hurt me though.
Wait, what do you mean?
David Lynch hurt me. He did hear me.
There's lots of like zombie games that have moral issues. Like that's most of them.
I think that, you know, if we were shooting other people, that's more moral issues. If we were shooting other races, that's more, because zombies are so inherently this is evil.
Yeah.
That it
Well,
would
isn't
open
that
up
like most of The Walking Dead?
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
them killing each other.
Yeah. But what I mean is, like, if the hordes of people that we were killing were humans and not zombies.
Oh,
it
okay,
would
so like
open up
you're not talking
more
about a
and-
zombie game at all.
No.
Okay.
I'm talking about, like, if zombie games weren't so popular,
Mhm.
maybe there would be more, like, morally meaningful games.
Yeah.
Is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
But I still
definitely.
do like zombie games.
And there was a zombie bear, and I like that.
I like zombie bear.
The bear was cute.
Everything else, like it looked cool, but it's I know E3, and I know when I see something that has been heavily scripted and probably won't act like that
We
in the
didn't see
game.
any gameplay. It was only a trailer.
Well, yeah, but it was framed to look like
Yeah,
this is
it
how the
was
game
made.
plays.
There was
like
no
it's-
UI pop-ups on that one.
No, I know, but that's how you know it's not, like, it's all scripted. Like, they
Yeah.
purposely do it, but they're like, it has the thing in the bottom corner, this is gameplay.
Not for this one, I didn't see.
Yep.
It was
Did you
like
check
Yeah,
specifically for
I
this one?
specifically look.
it was
That's
like
a lie.
framed as like an over-the-shoulder third person, and I think there was a bit of UI when he put the bomb down. It was like press X to put bomb down.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
like,
it
I
popped
think
up
it
with a-
it was definitely trying to look like gameplay.
Yeah, exactly.
Because he snuck and it didn't zoom in.
Yeah.
That's how you know it's gameplay.
Then we had Monster Hunter World.
I've never
I'm
played Monster Hunter,
excited.
but they always seemed really cool.
Yeah, that's pretty much my feelings on it. It's like,
I love
they always
dinosaurs.
look cool.
I love giant creatures.
Mm.
I love it. Good job. And I
was
will
kinda-
hug them and wear them.
Yeah, watching it at first, I was kind of hoping that it was just a dinosaur game because I like dinosaurs. I think dinosaurs deserve to be the new zombies. I think
They do.
there aren't enough
Play
people
Ark
making
with
zombies.
me.
I will the second I have Ark.
Right.
But yeah, the
Every time someone mentions a dinosaur game, I'm like, but we could be playing Ark right this second. Are you aware?
the Ark seems like one of the few survival games I'll be into. But Days Gone, what was it called?
Yeah.
Stupid
Days
name.
Gone.
Yeah.
Oh, I could say that about so many of these things in E3, and I think I have and will. Stupid name.
The Monster Hunter.
Yeah. Monster
Oh, that's
Hunter.
what we're
I'm
talking about.
excited. I'm excited.
It looks cool. I probably won't, like, if I didn't have to pay for it, I would play it, but I probably won't buy it. Like, I'm just kind of on the level of like, oh yeah, I know it's cool and I know people like it, but it's, you know, it just never appealed to me that
I'm
much.
excited. I want it. I hope that you can pick to play a female character. That's all.
If it's Monster Hunter, I'd say so.
Yeah.
It would be really dumb of them to not.
Yeah.
Well, they only
To
showed a male
remove that.
character. They only showed a male
Yeah.
character, and I was like, okay.
They also only showed one human character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I feel like they could have flicked between because he wasn't in much of it.
Shadow of the Colossus.
The cute rocks. They were so cute. I love them. The Colossus sisters.
Oh, okay. You just said cute rocks, and I was like, was that in it?
That's
Yeah.
them.
it's
Yeah,
not-
they're cute. I
Yeah,
don't want to
the
kill
The
them. They're
Colossi,
cute.
yeah, the
Ah.
Colossi, they've always been cute, and then they've gotten up close, and it's like, oh shit, okay, this is a big boy.
That's
It's
100%
cute
what Shadow of the
when he
Colossus
is big
Yeah.
still. Big boys are still
When they
cute
start
boys.
when they start attacking you, you probably feel better about killing them.
Yeah.
Like, I have to rationalize it.
They get angry.
The second they see you,
But that's
well,
relatable.
they get angry because you shoot them.
And they've just, there's no, from what I can tell, there's no subheading, it's just Shadow of the Colossus.
There
It's
isn't.
just a
It's a
reboot.
remaster.
It's just, here we go.
It's
let's
100% like the people, the Sony people are like, we need something that looks fucking good for our PS4 Pro, baby. 4K.
Even Shadow of the Colossus, these some big boys.
that
That would have been
good.
perfect.
Yeah.
it's a perfect
Or just Shadow of the
Well,
Colossus
this
HD.
is new
some
people
shit.
making it. This is completely new people making it.
Isn't
Isn't it?
Is it?
It said it was Japan Studio, which I've not heard of.
I've not heard of that either.
Yeah.
Shit name.
And that's why I was like, I saw it, and then I started to watch the trailer, and I was like, this looks like Shadow of the Colossus, but I know that's not made by whoever Japan Studio is.
Yeah, the
But
Shadow
now
of the Colossus, fuck, it was made by, I'm not gonna remember it.
Yeah.
Not Japan Studio.
Yeah, not Japan Studio is really the main thing. And then after that, we saw Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite.
Which I was really just
Looks
like, yeah. You're like, I
Fuck,
hate this shit.
when Mega Man and Zero came up, it was
was
like,
so
they're so
jarring.
out of place.
Yeah.
They're too smooth.
Yeah.
Too
they
I
are.
smooth.
swear,
Also,
I
Mega Man's
remember-
already in Smash.
Yeah, I remember playing a demo of one of the older ones in JV Hi-Fi, and everything looked unified, and it was fine, and everything looked great. And
Nothing.
then this looks disgusting.
There's no flow at all.
No.
Yeah,
Just friggin' play the Dragon Ball one that has a better logo too.
Yeah.
And doesn't have
Exactly.
Infinite in the name.
That's
Infinite.
what a lot of people were saying, is like, how dare they bring this to us after we have seen
Exactly.
Dragonfire Z.
Yeah, exactly. It's like I liked Marvel vs. Capcom. I had one of them for the Vita, and it's really fun, and like everything did, it looked real unified and it looked real nice. But it's something about this. I don't know if it's just what they chose to go with for the cinematics, but everything looks really weird. I did like the point in the trailer where Dante gives Rocket ebony and ivory, though.
Yeah.
And he just
My
starts
thing is,
shooting.
like, I
That
don't
was
care
pretty great.
about the
But
story. The
besides
trailer-
that, it's
The trailer was so heavy on the story. I'm like, I don't care. I just wanna fight him.
Yeah, exactly. It's very story heavy. I don't think it's been that heavy on story in the past. So
No.
that's I
Usually
guess they're
fighting
trying
games
something new.
aren't. Usually
Yeah.
fighting games shouldn't be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I think Tekken 6, the story is just, it's a fighting tournament. Fight
Like
people.
Infamous does it really well, and I think that's what they're trying to do.
Infamous?
Injustice.
Injustice.
Injustice. Oh my god. Yeah. Injustice. It does it really well, and I think they're trying to replicate that. And it's not as good.
Not working.
Yeah.
Because Injustice is cheesy in all the right places. It just kind of seemed cheesy. Like, there was like at the end of the trailer, before the Ebony and Ivory part, what happened? The fucking guy left, and they were just kind of like,
Yeah.
It was like, what? Shut up! Sitcom?
Ninjas.
There it is,
Yeah,
that's the one. Fuck that.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Yeah.
Then we had Call of Duty World War II.
It
Yeah.
looks like the other Call of Duty games, but also a little better, which is kind of
It's yay
Most
for
of what
history, history buffs sort of thing. Cool.
yeah. And they're like returning to their roots because the first couple of games were in old wars.
Yeah.
So it's just it looks good, but it also was made by Sledgehammer, who made Advanced Warfare, which is the worst one, or Ghost. Ghost is the worst one. I think they also made can't remember. Too many
Yeah,
people make
it's-
COD games because they're so easy to
Yeah.
make.
There's 3 of them,
also,
and unless
I
you're in
hate
the
it
know
and
about
never
them.
want to play.
Then we had a bunch of VR stuff.
Yeah, there
we could
was
just
quite a bit.
gloss over that.
Yeah.
Skyrim VR, we get Skyrim VR now.
Ooh, I'm
Right.
excited to just get so many
Not
hours
sure why
in
Bethesda
Bath.
did not say that.
Yeah, I guess Sony wrestled it out the arms of Bethesda.
Yeah, it was strange.
And it's like, just like Fallout, we kind of glossed over this the other day, but like Fallout, this will be a $60 title, standalone VR.
We'll talk
So
more about our opinions on standalone VR experiences in the Friday episode.
Yeah,
It's weird.
$10 DLC, come on. Anyway, Star Child looks okay. Why is it VR? Don't know. It's a
Star
platformer.
Child is different to the other one, which is Star something.
Yeah.
Starlink.
Yeah, Starlink, which
The
is the
one
shitty
with-
looking one. Star Child looks like it had promise. If it wasn't in VR, it would be cool.
I can say that about everything Bethesda's done with VR.
Yeah.
And have the proof because I've played.
What next?
The Impatient.
I think that this, as a psychological horror experience, will work in VR as long as it is placed like that.
At first, I thought it was a remake of Silent Hill: Shattered Memories.
Yes, I was like, wait.
I was waiting for the part of the trailer, and I'm convinced this will probably happen in the game where you get a lobotomy in VR, and you like see the thing coming at you. Like that'll 100% happen, and yeah, that's gonna work. That's gonna fuck people up.
Also,
that's gonna be a spook.
That's really I don't know how I feel about like being strapped down and then whoever can do whatever to me. I'm not sure I want that experience.
It is a good thing that you can take headsets off.
Yeah.
Then Final Fantasy Fishing Monster.
That's not VR.
Yes, it is.
It is.
It's VR experience.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's fishing with your
I
boys.
thought it was just gonna be not VR.
No,
there might be like a port or whatever you would call it when you make it not VR, but I don't think so.
Yeah.
It might be a monitor.
Then there was Bravo Team, boring shooter.
Looks boring as fuck!
Yeah.
Oh my
doesn't look
god, so
interesting.
boring.
It just looks so bad.
It just looks like I'm gonna shoot a gun in a V.
Yeah, and
And like it was made by the same people that made the Inpatient, and it's like very clearly
You can very much tell.
they spent all of their time doing that, and then
Just
they just like quickly rushed on to this Bravo thing, which Bravo for B, like the B
in
team,
terms of
like
making
the B
money,
team made this.
That was good. That was smooth. In terms of marketing, that sounds like a good idea though.
Yeah.
Like make a game that everyone's gonna want to buy, and then people who don't want to buy that just like, ooh, what else does this game have?
Then the last game for VR that they showed was Moss. It had a cute
Oh my
mouse.
god!
It's just so cute.
The premium VR experience is Moss. I hope that's the mouse's name. I love it. I love mushrooms. I love forest. It's beautiful.
Like restored, because I think when I think of VR, that's what it's meant to be: horror, inpatient, and Traverse Boy, and then fucking that.
Things that play with your perspective in things that you can't see as an actual person, like being down as a little mouse or being really big. Even that would be a cool VR thing.
Yeah.
Like all that kind of stuff is really cool, and like. You know, it's a reason to have your game in VR, unlike, you know, Star Child.
Yeah.
It also just looks beautiful.
It does, and I'm so
shit,
excited to experience it.
It looks so fucking good.
Then, after all the VR stuff, we got Dad of War, God of War.
Yeah, I skipped that.
Yeah.
They get a pet snake. They get a pet snake.
Yeah.
Is it a Medusa snake?
No, it's big.
It's big snake.
Oh.
It's
A
big.
Nidhogg?
What if big
yeah,
Medusa?
it's very Nordic, so I think it's like inspired by a Nidhogg, which is like the world-eating snake.
Big snake. It did say something like a world.
Yeah, that's why I got the word Nidhogg. I was like, oh, it's specifically talking about like being a snake of the world,
like the worm from SpongeBob.
Yeah.
just like the worm
Well, no,
from
that's
SpongeBob.
what was it? Peruvian. Something.
Was that worm actually based off of something?
Yeah.
I thought it was just a big old worm that eats Bikini Bottom.
What next?
Detroit Beyond Human.
Yeah, by David Lynch.
David.
Looks like a
Cage.
David Lynch game.
Oh, by David Cage?
David Cage.
You told me David Lynch this morning.
We've
You've
been
been saying that.
We've
and I'm
been
like,
saying David Lynch all
I'm
day.
like, this is so tame for him.
Oh
this
my
is
god.
so tame.
No, it's David Cage. He's the French one that's really pretentious about video games.
He's the
Oh.
one
He's like,
who made Heavy Rain.
What if androids
the
had
cube.
emotions? That's
There it is.
Yeah.
So
Oh my
he
God.
made the one Fahrenheit.
Yep. He made.
The God one?
Yeah. He made
What is?
Fahrenheit, Beyond Heavy Rain, Beyond Two Souls.
And
This one.
That's it.
And yeah.
Was it just called Fahrenheit?
It's called Fahrenheit, but then it also had another name.
Indigo Prophecy.
Indigo Prophecy. There you go.
I
Yeah,
was
Fahrenheit
very
/ Indigo
confused.
Prophecy.
I was very confused. I was misinformed. I was told that David Lynch had made this, and I
What
thought
he
it was
did?
incredibly tame.
What David Lynch do again?
He's a director.
He
Yeah, what
directs insane things.
Yeah.
For crazy people.
What did he direct?
Very artsy, don't worry.
Like
Twin
look
Peaks.
him up.
Twin Peaks.
Twin
What
Peaks.
Um,
If you go on YouTube and look up
Yeah.
David Lynch rabbits,
Yeah, it's scary.
I've
It's-
heard of David Lynch. I'm just trying to think of a movie that I would know him from.
it's like weird existential. Like we can't go on to a rant about who he is. We can
It's-
look it up
yeah.
afterwards.
Look it up after.
Oh,
we'll
it's
we'll do
fucking- yeah.
the hush bang after.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like thinking it was very tame though, because I was like, this looks so normal. What's happening?
Either way, it looked cool. Main character looks really annoying.
Knowing that
It's
David
'cause-
Cage has made it makes me want it less.
Yeah, there you go. It looked very David Cage.
Yeah, it did.
Well, and by that I mean it looked very heavy rain, awkward animations,
Yeah,
characters
well, because
screaming
now I
things in
know it's
half
just
emotion.
gonna be stupid. But they just don't have emotion, do they?
Emotions.
None.
Emotions.
So one of the things I did think was interesting about this is, unlike Beyond Two Souls, it kind of seems like it has, I don't know if it's just for this one scene, but it's kind of like, it just gives you a pan view of like, here's 5 different choices here, rather than just being like, oh, which conversation option do you want? Which also works as a thing. It's like you can select, oh, I want to hide over here, or I want to stand over here, or I want to pretend to be this, that, the other. And it's like, oh, okay, that's a more interesting way of doing it than just button prompts.
I am also a little worried that that was the only
one that actually does that.
like in the entire game, the only one that's 5 options. Because then right after that, it was like anarchy or pacifist, and it's like, ooh, that's never been brought up in any video game ever.
Yeah.
I'm pretty confident that I could just watch somebody play it on YouTube,
Yeah,
and I will find
100%.
somebody that is going to pick exactly the same as me, so I'll be happy.
Well, I would pick either, because anarchy and pacifist both seem interesting, but in terms of David Lynch, don't want to hear more dialogue.
David
do
Cage.
anarchy. Fucking hell.
We're gonna keep doing it.
David Lynch,
I'm
if you
so
would like to make a video game, let me know. I would be open to working with you.
Honestly,
I'm
my
sure
main
most people
takeaway...
would.
Yeah.
My main takeaway from this is that I'm just disappointed that they didn't get David Cage on stage again, because whenever he does, he says something stupid and stands up there and gives like a 5-minute speech about emotions and how
Wonderful.
important the emotions are in the polygons.
Emotions are important.
They are. The polygons equal emotions.
They do.
They sure do. Destiny 2.
Hey!
Destiny 2.
Just looks like a better Destiny 1.
Yeah.
They actually have some kind of story investment in this one.
Spoke
There
to
was
somebody
a
who's
story
played
in the
Destiny
first
today.
It was in
It
the
was-
Taken King there was, but in the original one apparently it's
I
just...
played the
there was
original.
shit
There
on.
was a story, not good.
Yeah,
It's not a
it
good
Definitely was
story.
one. Though.
Yeah.
It was. The story was, to an extent, visit this planet for very generic reason.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Yeah,
The minerals.
this one, they've established an antagonist. They've established this is what you need to do. This is what you're
Looks cool.
stopping. It looks pretty cool. I was gonna play it until I heard there's no dedicated servers. It's all peer to peer. So I honestly could not give a shit anymore.
Don't even know what that means.
It means that
It will lag.
yeah, it means that there's no servers. It creates servers by a network of you connecting to other
Ew.
people's computers.
That's in Australia is
Uh-huh.
gonna
Why
go
is it
so.
on
That's the main
Battle.net
thing.
then?
Well, what was even the point if they can't borrow the
yeah.
servers? Yeah.
What are other games that are peer to peer? I'm trying to get a frame of reference.
Any game that's
Terraria.
too lazy to buy dedicated servers,
Terraria.
but it's
Starbound, that sort of thing.
Okay. I've never really played. I think out of those, I've only played Minecraft Online, but the lag was very
One time
there.
we were playing Starbound, me and Ryan on the same network, and we invited one of our friends, and he was just dropping in and out, and he just couldn't play. So that's the experience of peer-to-peer, essentially.
It'll be a lot more streamlined than that. Like, it'll be a lot better, but that's also not saying much.
Yeah.
Then finally we got Spider-Man. Spider-Man looks so good.
It does though.
It looks
does.
fun. I'm looking forward to seeing actual gameplay, because that's very smooth.
Yeah, it
It-
seemed very scripted. Like it's
It seemed very scripted and smooth, but if you've played any of the Batman Arkham games, that is probably going to be pretty close. Like, I don't think it's made by the same team or anything, but like, it's definitely replicating.
It's
that.
made by Insomniac.
Oh shit!
It
Yeah.
concerns me.
I have a
still.
lot of faith in it.
Yeah.
it's made by Insomniac.
I also have faith in Insomniac, but I'm just waiting. I'm just being, cautious.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
It did seem very smooth, and I doubt that there's going to be. The only thing that seemed over smooth to me, over fluid rather, was just the amount of environmental things.
Yeah.
Other than that, it seemed good, and it seemed like there obviously will be environmental things. It'll just be a little hard to notice.
They'll be really scripted.
Yeah, they'll probably glow.
Yeah.
There's a lot of QTEs, which is like
I
there's
don't
only
hate.
one segment.
I don't hate.
Yeah.
that.
I don't hate it, but I have complained about it in other games.
Yeah.
I feel like Spider-Man, it kind of works well because you can do some really awesome stuff that you wouldn't be able to do unless it was a QTE. It'd just be a cinematic, and that'd take you out of it way too much.
I think that's a huge part of what QTEs kind of stand for. Like, obviously they're frustrating, but like when it comes to like pushing the limits, like you don't know how to do all of the flippity doopity things that he did around the thing in the trailer. So it's kind of like I'm for it in limited amounts, which it seems like it's doing.
And the fact that a lot of the QTEs and a lot of what you were trying to do was make sure people don't die.
Yeah,
I loved that. That was really cool.
Good.
Yeah,
and it's like I like the fact that maybe if you fucked up on that QTE, like a bunch of people died.
Ooh.
Like
Maybe.
that. Like,
I'm willing to say I'll just
that
load the
seems-
most recent checkpoint, but ooh.
Yeah.
It was just the thing that bothered me, and it's in fucking every superhero thing, which is a part of the reason why I hate superhero things, but they saved so many people, but the amount of buildings that broke and rubble that definitely landed on children.
Yeah, like even in that with the helicopter blades, but like flicking, I was like, there's so many dead people now.
Also, something we wanted confirmation of, and I got confirmation of about an hour ago. Miles Morales is the main character. You play
cool.
as Miles
Okay,
Morales,
cool.
which is great.
I mean,
I'm
it
sick
would
of
have been
Peter
nicer
Parker.
to see him in a movie. Nicer to see him in a movie, but that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll take what I can get.
I don't know a whole lot about Spider-Man things, but he's the one who uses technology, yeah?
He got bitten by the same spider that
Okay.
Peter did. In the comics, in one of them, he witnessed Peter Parker dying, and he's like, "Well, I'm going to be the new Spider-Man then."
That's okay.
It's a web of
that's fine.
coincidences, but it's he has stuff like he can turn invisible and stuff. It depends on what they're using. But
He's
there
a young
definitely-
little bab, isn't he? He's a little bab. He's
he's younger.
There was
He's
definitely
African American / Latino, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, was that the Spider-Man that Donald Glover tried to be?
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's
Fuck.
too old now.
Yeah.
I know. I would love an old...
He would have been so perfect, though.
I love Donald Glover. I'm gonna get onto him.
Yeah.
He's retiring in his music. Anyway,
Jesus, really?
just after he brought me back, fuck, man. He's focusing on writing. What? I'm not doing this.
This is the Donald Glover edition.
But yeah, it seemed very like I just got the impression it was the technology thing because like at one point there was a little like a web mine which looked awesome.
Yeah.
I think they're just like they're very like Spider-Man comic things. Like he has a bunch of like little weird gadgets and stuff because he's
always been a nerd.
Yeah, because unlike the Tobey Maguire movies, he doesn't actually have little bumps that shoot the webs out. He actually designed his own web shooters, and they're a thing of his design.
Yeah, his own thing is.
And so he's all tech nerd. He makes things.
Okay, so it's a mix of technology and
and powers. Yeah,
right. Yeah, but like fuck,
he still has like the super strength and everything.
Yeah, I have like, especially after the 2016 Ratchet and Clank, I have so much faith in Insomniac to make things interesting because that was just a game. That was a fucking hell yeah.
Yeah,
I'm so for this Spider-Man game. Like 100%. I'm gonna save up for it at some degree.
And that was it for Sony.
Yeah.
And that was it for day 2. Thanks for listening to our recap. We'll be back tomorrow for Nintendo, day 3. Nintendo, just Nintendo, but you know, anything else that any other little developers may will sneak in just around the same time. We'll keep you posted.
We might even discuss Devolver, which happened yesterday after our thing. That was quite interesting, so maybe we'll talk about that.
It was surely a thing.
Yeah. Because they did announce some games, so...
I guess so.
And then after tomorrow's episode, we'll be back to our regularly scheduled Friday at 12 p.m. Australian Standard Time uploads. We promise. You can find us at the Nuggcast on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, as well as YouTube. We upload to SoundCloud, iTunes, and YouTube every Friday. Hit us up. Have a fun time. We like lots of memes.
Have a good E3 and smoke some weed.
Let us know who your favorite E3 meme is.
Have a cool time.